you to be a leader. I desire for you to be the best father in the world to your kids. But God says, I can't change it. I'm not going to change it. Just because you mess up on me, God doesn't say, well, now I don't have anything for you. Forget you. But God says, no, His gifts, His callings are irrevocable. He's not going to take it back. He didn't make a mistake for those in here in this place, but He's still, man, I can't handle the calling that God has put on my life. It's not for me. God made a mistake. God has not made a mistake. It is you and I, His creation. We're the ones that make the mistakes. We're the ones that say, no, God, I don't want the calling, God. I don't want to step into my destiny, God. But concerning our identity, this is who we were meant to be. He has gifted you and I as His people. How many of us need God to empower you daily? Wow, I need God to empower me so much. I cannot try to do it on my own any day of my life. When I do, I feel jacked up. I feel tore up. And I will feel it. I will know it. Because I'm like, man, I'm depending on my own power right now. I'm trying to empower myself on just getting rest. I'm trying to go to sleep. God, are you kidding me? I come to that point like, man, it's not just about sleeping. It's not about resting. That doesn't empower me. That doesn't motivate me. That doesn't make me go. If I don't get no sleep, I'm fine. I'd rather be in the supernatural than to be spiritually dead. I'd rather be like, man, God, I'm going to lean on your strength. I need you to empower me. I need you to strengthen me, God, than rather trying to do it on my own. Because I'll feel it. I'll be honest. I feel it in my walk, in my ministry. If I try to empower my own self, like, man, I am not strong enough. I am not even close to being strong enough. I need God to empower me every day. I need to sit there and empty everything that I am. Empty my mind, empty my heart, empty my luggage that I'm carrying, and empty the garbage that I may have in my life and say, God, I'm emptying this to you, God. I need you to fill me. I need you to empower me, God, because I just cannot do it. How many of us know this concerning our identity, who we were made to be? We're made for Him. God says, I knitted you, I formed you for something. What did He form us for? Because He knew us. He appointed things great. He has greatness in store for you and I. But what I want us to do tonight is get a reality check even on some other things. Because how many of us know that the enemy has come to lie and deceive us, of course. And as I begin to look at this portion of Scripture, the words of Jesus in John chapter 8, verse 44, Jesus begins to tell the people who their Father is. Jesus begins to talk to the people that their Father is in Jesus, their Father is not God. But He's telling them, no, I'm going to show you who your guys' Father is because you guys are not faithful. You don't want to serve me. And if you could read even John chapter 8, the whole chapter, I'm not going to read it all tonight, but what I want to zoom in on is verse 44, where Jesus begins to tell the people that you belong to your father, the devil. It's messed up, huh? If somebody told you that tonight, your leader or something like that, people would freak out. And you know what, Mark? Your father is the devil. We would freak out. But look at what Jesus is saying. He tells us this as well as His people. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the very beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of all lies. I like what Jesus says here. It's powerful. He says, man, the devil speaks, his language, his native language is lying. Our language is English. Some of you, maybe your language is Spanish. Some of your language is whatever type of language it is tonight, Russian, maybe. Whatever your language is, that's our native language, right? My native language is English. But Jesus is telling the people that don't want to live for God, don't want to give everything to God, that, man, you serve this Father, His native language is lying. That's His language. He just lies, lies, and lies. There's no truth in Him. Yet God's people, we believe some of the lies of the enemy sometimes. We believe that what He tells us. We believe lie after lie. Yet Jesus is saying, be aware. The devil has been a murderer since the beginning, a liar since the beginning. He has no truth at all in him. He's a liar. He's the father of all lies. Jesus continues to say, he's a liar. John chapter 10, verse 10, and Pastor Tim even shared this on Tuesday, that the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the fullest. I like what Jesus says here, because he says the thief comes only. His only purpose is to steal, kill, and destroy. Only. That's it. Nothing else, regardless of what people say. Regardless of, well, the enemy's heck of blessing me right now. I'm just living it up. I got more things than I've ever had material-wise. Man, I told you I didn't need God. You hear people like that? I don't need God to be happy. You see people that think they're successful, backsliders, that they walk away. Well, I'm super successful. I got married. I have a job. I have a house. I have a car. Wow. Are you serious? That makes you successful? In whose eyes? But we see here that Jesus says the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. That's it. And tonight what I want us, as we move on, as I just begin to even start winding this down, the enemy wants to steal our identity tonight. Who we were meant to be. He wants to take that identity away and place something else in there. We were made for His glory. We were made for God's enjoyment. We were made to worship and live for Him. Yet the enemy will come in and offer something else. He'll offer another identity and say, why don't you take on this identity? Be a undercover Christian. Be an in-the-closet Christian. Be I just blend in Christian. I don't stand up for what's right Christian. And the enemy will offer something else. The enemy offers a lie. The enemy offers everything that's not of God. A false, a fake identity. And in the days that we live in, there are many Christians that are walking around with a mask. They're walking around as something else that they are not. And I was just recently telling somebody this the other day, that I trip out on people that leave God. I'm not saying all of them talk crazy about God, but most of them put on a mask and they try to act like there's something else. And I trip out big time on them, because I look at them and I say, I know who you are. You were made for God. At one time you were on your knees. At one time you would cry out to God. At one time you were lifting your hands. And you're telling me you're this person now? You're telling me you're some hardcore thug? You weren't like that before you got saved, and all of a sudden you are now. You're heck of crazy. I'm being real. I'm being honest tonight, because I have friends like this. Honestly, I'll take that back, because I can't honestly say that they're friends anymore. Because God says we cannot be friends with the world. And I would even just retract that and say, well, at one time they were my friends. At one time we had the things in common. And when we no longer have things in common, we cannot consider friendship with the world any longer. We have love for the world, don't get me wrong. We have a love for the world. We have a love for the lost. My heart breaks for the lost, but especially the people that I have relationships with. But that friendship, how many of you guys know it can't be the same type of friendship any longer? You can't just chill and kick it, but it's all right. I'll just hang out with you. I don't even know why I said that, but man, maybe that's for somebody in here. Identity. They put on identities that they're not. Are you serious? You're some athlete all of a sudden? You never even played sports before. They think they're hecka tight now? You see people like that? I'm talking about people that even know, that walk away from God. And they still pray for their food, don't get me wrong. Thank you, Lord. Bless you, God. Thank you for your blessings. And then they're getting drunk while they're eating. Doesn't make no sense. No sense. There's a false identity here. Well, yeah, I'm still a Christian. Man, my house is my church. This is my church. This is church right here, isn't it? I'm preaching to my kids, my wife. This is church. Are you serious? Jesus went to church. You're too good for church? Are you serious? They put on an identity even as a Pharisee. I have a Pharisee identity. Well, I know it all already. You don't know anything. If you did, you would bow down before God. You would be humble before God. You would want to have a relationship with God. You would desire to encounter God. You would desire to have a passionate love with God. Yet so many people choose to put on a false identity. Put on something that's a front.